Good morning to everyone. I am actually filming this the day I'm going to post this, so very exciting. I have videos scheduled for this week, but they've got moved. So first and foremost, I just want to say, hey, what's up? Thank you guys for clicking on this video. Thank you guys for clicking on the videos each and every Monday when they go up on Mondays. I'm hoping to do some more studio tours, but my goal with every video I do is I want the videos to be better and better. I want the value you get from the videos to continue to improve. I want to grow as a creator, and it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time and a lot of different factors between scheduling with other people and stuff like that. So anyway, I just want to say thank you, and I'm grateful for you guys watching these videos. Anyway, the thing I wanted to talk about today is going to be very short. Very short. I'm just going to touch on it. But I think it's important, and maybe it would be a good reminder for all of us. This is something that basically the only thing that's helped me throughout the last 12, 15 years of my career, as weird as the career has been. And I don't think it's talked about a lot on YouTube. And I don't think it's even really touched that much on in recording schools. If you don't know who I am, I'm a recording engineer. I'm guessing a lot of you guys know that, and you're also recording engineers, or mixers or whatever. And so here it is. It is like, what is the thing that can help your career sustain itself, push past all the ups and downs? What is that one thing that makes you thrive, that makes you succeed? And first off, this is just my opinion, but let me tell you what it's not. It's not gear. It's not even your skills. It is not how much money you have. It is not how much money you don't have. It isn't who you know. It is not where you went to school. It is none of that. All of those different categories of things are always changing and sometimes out of your control. But the one thing that is in your control, in my control, and that matters the most is, there's a bunch of different words for it. Let's call it drive, persistence, perseverance, patience, determination. The most important, in my opinion, and I think the most relevant and my favorite, is perseverance. Let me just read you the definition here. It is persistence in doing something despite the difficulty or delay in achieving success. Persistence. You just keep going. Me personally, I have had a very strange and unpredictable highs and lows career of working in music and then eventually content and in music, and I didn't see most of it coming. So essentially, when I was younger and having some sort of plan of what exactly should I do, I had no idea. And there wasn't really any way to know because, one, things changed a lot and will continue to change. But what can't change is sort of the will to just do whatever it takes. And if you don't have that will, then perhaps this just isn't the thing for you. You got to find the thing for you that you do have that will at, because as long as you have that perseverance and that will, you will be able to achieve success in whatever that thing is that drives you. And for me, it's moving microphones around my drum set and on guitar amps and on vocals and acoustics, and trying to capture that magic and actually work with the performers to change one little thing about how they're playing that makes the performance that much better in the song, that can elevate the music that we're capturing just to the very next level, so that when we get into the mix, it's already there and we can just do little tweaks to get it even higher. All of those things for me are what drives me. And over the last decade, I have had both a lot and a ton of gear. I've been very lucky to have a ton of gear and a ton of success. And I've also had practically no gear, but no matter where I was in that journey, the only thing that was going to get me to the next session, to the next song, to the next piece of gear, the next step in my career was just persisting in what I was doing and trying to get better and trying to learn more about what I'm doing, learn more about music itself, learn more about working with artists, learn more about the equipment I was using or that I had, the very little equipment that I had, and how to be creative with that and use that in ways that can help elevate the session to where it brings value to both the artist and the song. Now, because of this channel that you guys watch, and again, thank you for watching, I get the opportunity to actually try gear I would have never otherwise had the opportunity to try at home in my own studio and get as creative with it as I can literally come up with. It is a joy for me. It is absolutely exciting, but you don't need all of this stuff. You can very easily get by with a handful of different things. Because I have the channel and because I am a creative person and I really do love making videos and I love finding ways to, I look at you watching this as basically you're my friend who's here hanging out with me in the studio, and if I have an opportunity to use a piece of gear like this Soyuz mic right here, not sponsored, I'm gonna use it in all of the ways that I would be most interested in using it and show you. And I want to show you exactly, holy cow, look at what it sounds like on acoustic if we use it here. Look what it sounds like as a room mic on guitar amp. Oh my gosh, look what it sounds like on vocals. It sounds so good. It doesn't sound that great on this, but it does sound great here. Like I want to be able to share that stuff with you like you are here with me, because let's be honest, we all have crazy schedules and there's not a ton of time for us to all get together and geek out on gear like that. So this is my way of doing that, and it's a way to give value to you and share that experience with you. Obviously, the companies love it because it's a great way to show their equipment being used in different circumstances that maybe they don't know how to show it in without it feeling like a big salesy thing. And, it's fun for me as an engineer. But if you've been following the channel for a while, it wasn't always like this. Literally 4 years ago, I didn't have most of this stuff. Now, here's what's funny. Okay, so this YouTube channel, it was born, one, out of curiosity, pure curiosity, as someone who loves learning how to do stuff and to make things, recording, engineering, music, all that stuff. Video was one of those things where it's kind of like, all right, how do you make a video? And so it was literally, I was curious. I wanted to figure it out. I thought maybe it might help me get some more clients because I had moved to Nashville and I didn't really have a lot of contacts here. I needed to figure out a way to, get myself out there as an engineer. Two, I've always been a YouTube fan. I've always watched YouTube. I actually have a channel from when I was like 14, from 2006, literally. Me and my friend's band, like down in the basement. Secret channel, by the way. And three, eventually I found out that you could make money from your YouTube channel. And I was like, maybe that would be a good way to offset some of my cell phone bills so that I can, focus a little more time on doing freelance gigs, and maybe I can make some passive income from my YouTube channel so I can pay some of my bills with that and, do more networking and do more freelance gigs. Plus, it's YouTube, owned by Google. If I name the channel my name, you type my name into YouTube or Google, you're going to see me recording. And then the last reason that I started the channel was actually because I was at a low in my recording career. I had not given up, but I had decided to move on from my career in Los Angeles at East West, a studio which I absolutely love. But I felt like I had sort of peaked there, and I also had this fear that my career as an engineer and the opportunities I was getting were married with the studio. And I had this feeling of like, okay, sure, I can get clients, I can do work and stuff like that because, well, obviously I work at East West, so we can come here and we can work in these rooms. And I know the rooms and I know everyone here. We've got all this experience. But if I wasn't here, would clients and the different artists and stuff be just as eager to work with me if I didn't have East West? And also, we wanted to get married. We wanted to have a kid, start a family. That was a big factor. And it was going to be very difficult to do in Los Angeles. So all of these things resulted in us eventually leaving and then eventually landing here in Nashville. And it did not go as planned. And it was really hard. I had all of these doubts. I was second guessing so many things. But this is what I know. This is what I knew. This is what I loved. And I was going to figure out whatever I had to figure out to be able to keep recording, to keep doing this, regardless of how long it took. I don't know any of it. So eventually we started this YouTube channel. Right. I started making these videos, trying to figure out how to use a camera, and figured out I needed this big light on my face, which was very annoying. And I also had to learn more about audio, because audio with video is totally different than audio in the studio. So that was very humbling. But because I have such an awesome wife who supported that decision, and I had the willingness to do it, to try, get out there, put my face on the internet. I used to think, why would you ever do that? That's so lame. Making content is like just so tacky. Showing people what you're doing in the studio is just like, it's kind of gross. And I couldn't have been more wrong. I honestly, I really love it so much. And I really do wish I would have started doing it sooner, because I have so much work that I have done in the past that it's gone. I don't remember. Literally hundreds and hundreds of sessions I have done where maybe if I have a conversation with that person and they tell me about it, I can remember some of it. But it's in and out. Those days are fast and busy, and when you're doing a different session every day, you lose it. So being able to capture whatever I can capture and figure out a way to sort of tell a story, or at least document what was happening, is really a gift. It is a luxury to be able to look back and see what we're doing. And if you think about it as like, hey, not everyone gets to do this. Like, I'm getting to share these experiences, and maybe no one watches it. That's fine. But maybe someone watches it and this was exactly what they needed to see. Maybe this was the one thing they didn't know how to do, or maybe they didn't realize, like I didn't realize when I was 15, that this was a job. I had no idea this was a job, or a career, I should say. In some sense, I was determined to figure any means necessary to keep doing what I wanted to do, to become more successful, to have more opportunities to do it, to be able to have more sessions with more artists on different genres, is the only thing that I can attribute to where I am now. Because I would have never decided to start a channel. I could have just immediately just gone and gotten a 9-to-5. I don't know. It's hard to say what if, but all I know is I was not taking no for an answer, and it got very rough for me and at some point. So again, if you love this thing that you're doing, if you love recording, if you love whether you're an artist or a songwriter, or I don't know, management, or an engineer or a producer, making beats, trying to make YouTube videos, whatever it is, having that perseverance, having that persistence, that unwillingness to accept failure, you just keep going. Some videos fail, some songs just no one listens to, some recordings don't even get published. I have so much work I've done that's just not out. I have a bunch of work I've done that I was not credited on. And I know if you do this as well, I'm sure you do also. And it's a bummer. Stuff like that really blows when you work really hard, especially when you're in the room, and you're participating in this music, and you're contributing, and it's really fun when you're there. and you're connected with these people, and you know, that connection stays there forever. You hear that song and immediately brings you back. But when you don't get that credit, that's a bummer. So those are the highs and the lows, but what are you going to do? You're going to stop? No, you're going to just go do another song, do another record. Hopefully you can, after each one of these failures, sort of take a step back, look at how it went down, and sort of evaluate, what can I do better? How could I have prevented this, and how am I going to prevent it from happening in the future? And then just incorporate that into the workflow. One small improvement each time over. That's what I try to do with my recording sessions. That's what I try to do with these videos. I always want to get better. I hate when I do something and I feel like, if I would have just done that thing, it could have been a little bit better. So I want to always improve. I always want to persist and persevere in, I know it sounds silly, in recording music, because it's like such a creative and beautiful and wonderful thing to do and get to do. And making these videos, the exact same thing. I'm just as like obsessive and annoying about making these videos. And I want them to be better. I want improvement. I need improvement. I need to be productive. I need to see, I need to see it go somewhere. Yeah, I want to watch the video back and say, man, we really nailed this one. I want to listen back to a mix or a song and be like, man, really proud of this. I'm so happy with how it turned out. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. No tour, no gear, no sponsor, just me rambling a bit. If you appreciate that and it resonates with you, leave me a little bit of your story or something down in the comments. I really do appreciate the kind words you guys say, because I'm just talking to a camera here, and the only feedback I get is what I see down in the comments. So when you guys leave feedback and sharing your stories and anything, that's all I have to go off on these videos. So I really appreciate you guys watching it, hitting the like button, subscribing, all of those things, watching the other videos. We actually have a lot of other great videos coming out this month, so I hope you enjoy them. Have a great rest of your day.